get we get Petra is now on duelist. So Petra and Mimi have swapped roles. Roxy, Cypher. We have a Chamber. So to be fair though, it's mirror comps, but we have a Cypher and a Chamber. And the main thing is Petra and Mimi have swapped roles, right?
was never like the top fragging duelist for them. Again, plucked out of solo queue, has not had the highest numbers.
Or is it Petra and Sarah? Sorry.
But
Petra and
Sarah,
Sarah? Okay.
Going to have that because Petra is a shooting machine. She's a beast, and was always putting herself in spots to take early duels.
Yeah, she will 100% be confident going into this as duelist.
Sabina, 05 with the 9 months. Thank you. Smushy FPS as well.
I love it. And this will make Sarah more comfortable getting used to the LAN environment.
So have all three kind of swap positions though?
She's first timing Viper ever, and it's going to be on land against Team Liquid.
This is so
sick. I cannot wait. Do you know what? Let's just get into the game. It's map 1. It is your casters. Give it up for Pots and Pans.
Okay, well that kind of... Pots and Pans pretty good.
It's loud in this arena.
Okay, so in terms of the actual change...
Let's get into it. We're going to
in terms of the actual change, it's Cypher and a Chamber. So Chamber a little bit better for holding down A on defense, in terms of setting up one person to hold all of A control. And then Cypher just a little bit better with the passive setup. Remember chat, Cypher buff as well. Potter, yeah, Potter used to do this stuff all the time back in CS as well, so Potter's gonna be great. Philly Dilly with the 17 months, thank you.
But it makes so much sense, fans, right?
I actually worked one of my first events with Potter for Blast ages ago. Super chill, it's very nice.
When I was actually competing versus Mimi and versus Petra,
Piggy Nater with the 5 months as well. Piggy Nater. Honestly, kind of sick. Thank you so much for the 5 months, bro. Appreciate the prime.
So seeing her on her agent like Raze, she's gonna have so much freedom and absolutely.
How is Potter allowed to cast while being a coach? I mean, you can if your team. Well, first of all, EG feels like a weird area at the moment, so maybe she's not 100% a signed coach. Second off, she's done this for a long time, dude. She's done this for a long time. If your team's fine with it, you can do what you want. Yeah, EG's in a weird position. So I think that's a different story fully. Jack Door, thank you so much for the prime as well. Thank you for the 16 months. Appreciate you did. It's a long time, Jack. Thank you, mate.
For sure, and I think that makes sense, right? I think as we go over the next, even
what happened to EG? Let's find out. Let's wait a couple of months. Let's see what happens. Jolly, time to go bald. Jolly, what goes through your brain sometimes, dude? Honestly, I don't get where it goes. You're in your own little world. Jabroni 1878 as well with the 7 months. Thank you so much.
A recipe for success or disaster, and maybe they kind of mentioned it, right? It's like whoever wins this first map maybe wins the series. And now that you
Liquid changed their roster since last year, yeah.
Would you give them the advantage going into this first map?
You know, it's tough. It's definitely tough. I think I'm on board with everyone else on Twitter coming into this one. G2 have had a little bit of an underwhelming
do you see Potter predict EG most likely to go winless?
These are LAN players.
Yeah, honestly,
we're
respect.
On LAN now. We're no longer online. That experience coming out from
getting her own back potentially. Who knows?
For so long is absolutely going to
when start, bro, it should be any second, dude.
Rock on your squad, and you're a new player in Sarah. That's definitely going to bleed through. That's definitely going to have that
Matteo as well. Thank you so much.
Well, looks like we're ready to hop into the server to kick things off here for the Game Changers Championship here in Sao Paulo. First map now on Sunset. We have G2 versus Team Liquid with G2 on the defense and Team Liquid on the attack. And we're starting things off with this composition. Some very default walls on this Viper.
Why am I worried? Where's the HUD at? Oh boy. Tell me the HUD's working for this one. Okay, G2 on defense. They go super aggro and they set the Cypher up in the corner. We have a camera that spots both of these, but the Cypher is so committed here, and there's going to be 4 people that might contact us with a dog, right?
In this case, the whole squad, 3 players with her.
Here we go, we get a HUD.
The dog is coming out first. Contact.
Damn, what a weird pistol. Why would you set the Cypher up here and not anyone else?
Looking for some sort of stoppage, just smoke coming out on the defensive side, just to slow down the trace here of Team Liquid.
Yeah, and it was such a slick entry as well, as calm, cool as ever. Bizarra just kind of
Fulton Chamber over Cypher. Love them both on this map. Cypher's a little bit better again for holding this, and Cypher's a little bit better for like playing passive on both of these maps. But holding here with one person where you can TP away is very, very strong. So although it kind of only does a few things a little bit better, the Chamber, it's really good.
Versus 4 now. As
It's
Team
okay.
Liquid are looking
No
to
one saw
move
it.
inside this A site.
A little bit of
Smoke
nerves
could
maybe
look
in
up
some of
towards
this.
the A connector, and the plan is actually pretty good here for any type of cross.
Dude, I can't. Do you know what's funny about that flash? Do you know what's funny about that flash is that they popped it as well. That's incredible. Like, surely don't pop that.
One flash left to her
Let's see what the
name.
retake's like. 4 flash at the back. I mean, Omen is huge on this. They have a really good retake wall though. Yeah, the retake wall is strong, bro. Damage though. Nice. Damage is gone, man.
And Team Liquid get the pistol round.
Beautiful
That silly
crossfire,
sentiment.
as you say, fans, and that's exactly what you
mean,
want
Issa
to
did
start
great.
off a long series like this. Textbook cookie cutter crossfires in the post plan.
Yeah,
You know,
that
things
was
were
really
a little
nice.
bit dicey in the beginning, especially if
They
you're
kind of
G2,
played it
but
out how
Team
you would
Liquid
expect as well. The
had a
people over
free
the site
site.
get a little bit
Free site,
overwhelmed, but
textbook as
this
ever
was
in
so
this
good.
post
The
plan.
time to go
That's the
through
beauty
here
of it.
while
The
they're all
3
focusing on the
players,
pass and
4
back
players are
side was
playing
great.
towards that B main, and you have that lurk from the Viper on the A side to actually call for that rotate back. And I love that confidence now, Christine, because now this shows for me that Team Liquid, they've been cooking stuff up and they're ready to play.
Yeah,
on
I like
Sunset.
this. Wasn't the
Absolutely.
biggest
Just kind
fan
of
of
finding
the
that
G2
opening
pistol
pick,
though. Leaving Cypher over
regrouping
towards there
and
when you have a camera so
able to
passive
really
back
find
just didn't
some
make sense to
ground.
me.
I
I
have
would
to
much
give
rather set
kudos
the
to
raise up
G2
like this and
though.
then
You know,
Cypher
when
can
you
play a
lose
bit
a
more
member of
passive.
your
So
squad
wasn't the
that
biggest fan of the
early
pistol. I did
on
like
in the
the
round,
Viper
things can get
retake wall
really
though. I thought that
hectic,
was
but
relatively
the
cool.
experience, once again, that we talked about
But
on
that's kind of
G2
common at
side,
the moment
they're
on
gonna
this map.
consistently have to lean on those
Tech
two players,
already?
Mimi and
Yeah.
Petra, to be able
At least
to
we got one
reaggress
round.
like we saw in this pistol round. Mimi trying to find a little bit of answers, trying to find that information in that mid area, and she was rewarded for that. But in that retake,
First time Sunset in a
Liquid, they were just better,
VCT
man.
event?
They've been really
Yes.
good on the post
As long
plan
as
for
we're
Team
not
Liquid for sure,
including
what we saw in
the
that first
Chinese
round.
event, then yeah.
What I see right now how Team Liquid's playing is that they're able to work and already pull these fakes from A to B. Not getting too much mid control in the first place, so we're still, you talked about it, the experimental phase to see if we're actually going to control that middle a little bit more or really try to work those extremities,
Morpheus,
especially when you have
how we doing,
a
mate, with the
chamber
7
that
months?
goes
Thank
out
you.
this 4-1 setup,
Finally
pretty
watching
much,
VCT
as
after a
we've
long
seen in
time,
China when
yeah.
this composition first
Pretty
came out with
much.
the chamber.
yeah, exactly. And looks like
Trust
we
me, we'll
have
have a big
a bit
stint
of a
in
tech pause
next
to
year.
start off, of course, here in Brazil. But
Yep.
you know, we'll try to talk about. Let's talk about Sunset, fans.
Yep.
I mean, we already talked and kind of previewed the crowd here and let them know that it is a brand spanking new map.
Yes.
I mean, whatever metas, whatever defaults, whatever strategies and utilities we saw a couple weeks ago, those might not even
ISO
be in
in
play
the Team Liquid
today,
roster,
right? So the best
they're
of
not.
the best
I would say
are
they're in
the
a position
server,
to not
just like
take
they
that
are
risk.
now, and they're kind of creating
Yeah, if
their
you're
own
looking for
stuff
people
as
to play
they go.
ISO
The
next
more
year,
reps
you
that
got to
have
look
on a
at
map
like that.
Sunset, just like
In
as
my
many
mind,
reps
you got to
that
look
have
at the
on
teams
Thrash,
that
you're
are
gonna
like
see the meta evolve, and Lotus even saw the
not
same
expected
thing.
to
So
do
I love the
anything,
fact
not
that you
expected
just
to
mentioned it,
qualify to
Potter.
any of the lands,
Different
etc.
compositions,
That's how you got to
different
look at
ways
it.
of testing the waters.
Unless you're talking about
We
this
mentioned
event,
just earlier
in
on
which
the
case,
Cypher versus
I'm
the
not too
chamber,
sure.
Yes.
but at the same time, you're looking at a Sky versus a
The most likely team to play ISO, I mean, probably Paper X.
Yeah, it's
Like
very
honestly, for sure,
different, right?
Paper
I mean,
X.
if you just think
But
about
I would
the
also say
nerfs coming
teams
through
that
for
aren't
Raze as of
expected
recently,
to
that
do
Bane really kind of
great.
buffs and kind of helps
Like if
Raze
everyone
tandem
expects your
together,
team to
but
come like
certainly with the Sky, you
10th,
just get a
11th,
very
and you
different
feel like
kind
you
of
have a
info. And
lower
those double
roster,
flashes
man,
that
you might
have,
as well take risks.
especially if you're the IGL in Mimi, you're
Are we
really
doing a
able to command
full-
calm your players, your teammates, and say, hey, go take this fight. I'm flashing for you now.
We're doing a
So
full
having those
eco?
kind of,
Damn, okay. This
abilities
is
as an
relatively
IGL
rare.
definitely goes a long way. But looks like we're back in
Full
the game here.
eco,
It's going to be an
5-person
anti-eco
stack. We
for
brought a
Team
little bit of
Liquid and
Yuto into
G2.
it.
They did not purchase anything into this
I mean,
round.
Overwhelm here could be good.
This A main, already first contact coming through,
That's
and
huge. They
Mimi
get the gun.
dropping Iza.
Let's look
That's
at
a
the
great
reaction
way to
over
start
towards
this
here.
eco.
Yeah, without a lick of
Hit over
damage
towards the
either
B
here,
side. So this
man.
was nice,
I mean,
yeah.
that's a
No
lot of
damage
effort
done. They
being
still
done
have a
with your
dog
Team
for the
Liquid, and I
retake
like
as
the
well.
reaction coming out immediately,
Flash goes over towards
taking
middle.
space
They know
towards
they can
this
get a
B
lot of
site. They
space.
should be
Spike
able to
still
get
not
the
up.
spike down, but
Did
look at
they
this,
see
all
enough
5
that
members
Liquid
of
are
G2,
able
they
to
are
push through
grouped
here?
and they are
They
not
did a
slowing
good
down.
boombox
Right
to check
into
all
the
of
market.
this.
There's that contact coming out from the dog.
That was
Dike, he's
kinda
able to
nice.
answer back on 2 kills with that Spectre, but we're going back and forth.
And they get
It's
numbers
still
on
looking
this as
pretty
well.
good on this eco for G2. They managed to pick up the bulldog before and puts it to use. That's Mimi dropping Bizarra. Now we have a 2 versus 2 with another plant. The Guardian coming long range, and finally it stops the bleeding for a bit until
Okay, nicely
Bastana
done.
closes in onto the angle.
Tell you what though, chat, for an eco that they only invested like 700, they did great.
Great. We take those. I mean, that is expensive as hell. If you're Team Liquid and G2 are absolutely celebrating. If you take a look at these ult orbs, especially for Mimi, she's having a blast right now.
It's interesting as well. They have a good amount of money, really. Like, if they lose this, they can still buy next because they get 2-9 loss bonus. But you expect them to beat this. They do not have many guns. 2 save guns into this one. We get a Sheriff, we get a Ghost, and we have nothing else on top of this other than armor.
It's certainly a healthy buy coming into this one.
What do we got? Cypher still playing over towards A with the Viper wall as well. I mean, that's a strong setup over towards A. Relatively passive again, like we said the G2 comp would be.
They're looking for that mid pressure.
We'll see if you jinx them.
This map is again a little bit weird because we have 3 choke points that split into 2, right? So it's a weird one to attack and a weird one to defend. There's a lot of teams that have different there's a lot of teams that have different ways of playing this map and different views on how you should be playing this map. And I think it's relatively open because again you have 3 choke points that leads into 2 choke points. Like, you can kind of play however you want, to be honest. I feel like all 3 of these have pretty much equal priority. So Flash goes over towards middle. So this was a big question mark that they lost. Flash goes over towards middle and it doesn't hit anyone.
A little bit more aggro, cutting noise, trying to find that opening pounce. But since you've lost some members, you're really just trying to ruin G2's
and with this
here.
wall, it looks like they're just going to be playing retake a lot of the time over towards A and heavier stack B. This is a nice one-way cage as well. You got to do it from inside where this X is, right? This one over towards elbow or side. So it is a strong one-way. Just do it from the top of the stairs up to here.
G2 wants to play the retake.
Yeah, G2, they're just kind of being very patient. They want
it's a strong nade, wait.
They want to wait for this
remember, this is Ray's nerf, so that didn't kill.
Trades though, but it's back and forth. This time the numbers are in favor of G2. Iza, the last player remaining, trying to hold this pulse line. Good for that first one. Avoids the flash.
Molly's got a smoke
onto the spike as well. That's going to delay that smoke against Glance. Poison Orb going up, trying to decay some players. And then another snake bite. That's going to force the defuse off once again as Mimi continue to get it towards halfway. Now as it's ticking down and ticking down, Iza's just holding behind the smoke. One has to commit onto the defuse now as Iza has to move in. Get the headshot for the third.
Damn, that was crazy close though. Crazy close. Okay.
So much time left on the clock.
That was close, though,
people
man.
have to rebuy.
So damn close. What a bonus coming out here for Team Liquid.
Close.
And I thought that was going to be so impossible. That was a 3 versus 5 G2 with the absolute better weapon.
Do you think a caster has a good enough understanding to be a competitor, to be a coach? It's Parson to Parson. What I will always say is, like, you will always, there is like invaluable information and invaluable like experience you have being on a team itself, and for someone that's like been on a team, you're always gonna hear the difference between people that haven't and people that have, especially when it comes to like analysis stuff as well. So
yeah, you can see Petra really wanted to find an
probably not is what I'm gonna say. This is a good thing for them as well, because so see this Cypher comp is very passive over towards here, so actually being able to hold over towards A is just very, very strong. They punish A very early on. It's a relatively big buy round as well. We have 2 people that can't buy next. And the Potter can't coach now. It's like a staple, I would say, that just from watching loads, you don't gather full information sometimes. Okay, this is a very nice round for a big buy round that meant so much here. This straight up just A punish here. Felt like Liquid just needed to use some extra util to clear this. Potter, yeah, Potter played at a very high level in CS and in Valorant as well. She played for a little bit.
You're going to have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah. You know, actually, just the other day, man, I was testing out those smokes. They are
playing to a high level, or at least coaching a team for a set amount of time. You kind of get invaluable experience. So when some people talk, you can spot the casters in the analysis of at least for me for playing. You can spot the ones that haven't been in a team, because they'll just pick up on so many small things that don't matter sometimes, or they don't understand decision making. Damn, they still go for the A hold as well.
it.
I respect Liquid for actually trying to fight this as well. So they get insta punished over towards A main, and then they go next round. They want to make sure that they actually kill the person over here, so they can't hold this with one. Right? It's a little bit like Haven A, where you just want to hold this with one because it leads into 2 choke points.
They are, and eventually though, Vans, eventually this will not be worth it for G2. 2 times.
The attack Viper, same one that Chi uses. EDG use a few different ones because EDG sometimes use the more passive one over towards here that kind of like splits off like this as well, where it blocks double vision. This was like the original one that used to see like Sentinels and stuff do.
They've got to recover in this round.
G2's recovering by just playing a little bit more turtle up within the sites, given that mid side open and glance is great on that.
Yeah, this is strong here with the smoke over, but they get a lot of information. The Seekers is really good. There is a small chance. Yeah, that's a big kill. It's a lot of 1v1s.
Trying to connect onto
Last bullet.
Unfortunately gets denied, and Daiki now has to try to win only with the Sheriff on a 2-on-1. Oh! Missed the first shot, but at least was able to get that opportunity to readjust the aim.
Mimi
even it out on a 1v1
pivoted very fast here, though.
Only 15 seconds. She will be able to get the spike down.
Did she hear this?
Both hear each other.
Yeah, they were real close. They should have had this.
That her opponent is going to be coming through here from B main.
Yeah, 100% had this with Hash
Mimi
playing.
on a new role of Flash to get information, does get contact, so she knows that Mimi's somewhere towards the front of the site, but Mimi wins
nicely
it.
done from Mimi.
And
Mimi's having a lot of important kills at the moment.
That's a sky diff right
Sky
there.
diff, 9 kills.
Putting a statement out, but
Simple Cookie, what's up, dude, with the 5 months? Thank you, thank you. Mimi's IGL, yes, new IGL now. No, they changed for this event. Mimi's IGL now.
In an off-angle position, and you even saw she had the jump on the bullet, the first bullet. So definitely a good play coming out here for Daiki, but what a beautiful
Turned out to be a pretty good eco, though. You got to give him that.
You can see it right there. I mean, even from the position from Daiki, because of that information from the Flash, and the disadvantage of having a Skybird as well is that you don't know exactly.
Okay, full buy comes in. We got a lot of ults. It's gonna be a little bit crazy. So big rounds. Money's relatively good. So most of these can buy next.
Ult indeed. Bastarde, I mean, she's had some incredible race stats all year long. We'll see.
Yeah, this smoke is very strong over towards her.
Make her presence. This will be the first round that we see. Such a strong
similar setup again in terms of 3 over here, 2 over here. Again, we have this retake wall, so they just feel so confident in terms of just playing this. This is interesting, right? Double kill setup. We got 1 info trip, and then hopefully once they kill that, they think that the other one's going to be over towards where this circle is, and then they just get hit by this second trip. So this is like an info and then a kill trip. I think this, the double trip next to each other, is going to be very common next year if these Cypher updates stay the same. A dog goes all the way to B main, they clear that so they can stack this a little bit heavier. Where the hell is that kill?
Daiki does get the first blood for Team Liquid within this round number 6, and
they just got to retake this. The most devastating thing happened. They had a kill set up over towards here, and they were crazy weak. Dude, she's popping everyone. Just patrolling middle.
So aware, Daiki completely punishing that pinch, and that completely stops G2's retake before it even begins. If you're G2, you got to start thinking about the save, but you're really stuck between a rock and a hard place right now.
Georgina going inside the poison orb, finally gets backstabbed by Sarah, but Sarah is alone on a 4 versus 1, just trying to find
I wouldn't be surprised if G2 want to call a timeout. I feel like this A setup feels... I don't know, this whole playing retake of A hasn't worked out well. I'll say that much.
From that Omen. I mean, look, if Omen gets that pick, that's
it looks like the afterplant hold is just too strong.
In this retake for the side of G2, but the fact that Daiki is just so aware, holding the lines, holding all the angles to make sure that our team is going to have a successful post plant. Beautiful stuff coming out here for Team Liquid, and it kind of goes in line with Team Liquid's
okay, no timeout, and they decide to eco. They honestly had enough to buy some low armors here, and I thought with the ults they might do this, but eco goes in, they 5-person stack again in terms of 5 going down to middle, change the wall to block vision.
We're seeing that coming out here
for
Team Liquid. What a shot.
Beautifully done by Daiki.
Damn.
The dog getting information towards that front as Georgina getting 2 picks as they notice the aggressive push from G2 up towards that
not too bad. Damage has been done. East is taking a lot of space though. They saw everyone. Garlic bread Val, thank you so much for the 6 months, bro. Appreciate the tier 1.
And she's reacted well. Pushing forward onto A, getting all this space. She's telling her
this map, I'm still not 100% sure how this map plays. I think it is more attack-sided, but still so early.
They definitely gotten that sound cue now, so the spike being towards this A site. Jig is up.
Jig is definitely up, but thankfully here for G2, they do have the Omen TP, the From the Shadows to get information of hit, but Isa is still in a great position.
She got hit so early on. It was a very good reaction from her once the jewels went over towards middle. She just instantly took space. The numbers got called very early. They realized that there was no one here and just absolutely sent it, so I'm not expecting that there.
Not again! Beautiful stuff here for Team Liquid, and I mean, this
in China, it's 62% defense side at the moment. Really?
It's
kind of interesting.
Of this first half for both
yeah, it'll be an interesting year to see how it pans out.
With 3 or 4 ultimates, both squads are coming in with very similar money. So
Potter is a caster. Yeah, she used to do casting and analysis before. I mean, she did it already. Player, caster, analyst, everything.
Confident in their plays that they want to do in this round.
Okay, I like this from G2 though. Maybe, so you know that I said that they need to do a timeout? I like this idea, and I think this is just a set round with the ult. It's the same as the one that we do in Coach Potatoes, just because it's so strong. Just having an area that you can just sit in, just hold all of this, and take so much damage trying to go into this crossfire. This is such a good Viper ult.
Pick up that mid.
But I also like the G2 have done this because this A setup wasn't working great, but I think the coach heard them talk about a different setup over towards A, so I reckon we'll probably see Cypher play more B. I think that's smart.
Coming out from Mimi to get more information, so comes into
this is crazy though. We have so many ults.
To allow Team Liquid to try to counteract into the market, counter paranoia as well.
Big Joe.
And it ends up being a couple of trades,
yeah, that goes down there, and then there's a lot of question marks on the map. Might have been a little bit interesting. This is nice from G2, dude. I'm telling you, every time they go pass aggro over towards here, they win. Every time they passive over towards A, they lose. And Cypher's going towards A, so I'm a bit worried. Liquidus OG, thank you for the 30 months as well. Holy. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it.
But this last round, it was Team Liquid, so I'd like to see a little bit of a different approach. And as I say that, Vans, it's Petra busting out the operator.
Interesting. And looking at it, looks like she's
this is the
that B main, so not afraid to go head-to-head against.
And every time the G2
maybe could have brought out that told false, but it's a showstopper.
Oi, the double though. Man, they both tucked against the ult. That's kind of crazy. You gotta feel like the call for the ult should be a bit better, not to double up like this.
Become a round win for Team Liquid as a rotate still too far away.
Yeah, and again, another high.
I will say the one thing is the retake has never been good at the moment for G2, but they do have Razor.
Haven't been your friend this whole half yet.
This pause here, you see where the Omen is as well. We talk about this in the Coach Potatoes thing. Just this pause with Omen is so strong. A lot of the elevated places on this map are crazy good. If you get this plant and you manage to get someone on top of this box, my god, it's so good.
Yeah, but this is so good coming out from Team Liquid. The pressure is on, and they are wanting to checkmate for this half. Beautiful stuff from
What
Team
is this?
Liquid.
3 out of 3 retakes that haven't gone down over towards A?
Awareness to go chase down those kills. No weaponry is going to come out on the board for G2 in the next round, and that's exactly what you need coming out. The calls like that from Daiki on Team Liquid.
Yeah, now you probably have. You talked about the economy a couple of rounds ago with those ults.
The BM to spamming.
That was an
that's good.
to purchase for G2, and a lot of ultimates they've used as well.
Festral, mate, thank you for the 26 months. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Why is that box really strong? Because you're in charge of the peak, right? So a lot of the time, it's a shame we don't see the minimap here. Basically, you're in charge of the peak, and you can always tuck around the corner as well, and you can always see the spike down there. It's just a very good box. You kind of see if you go around a server, you have you're in control all the time. And when people are doing the wall retake as well, being able to see on top of it, kind of wreck it. I would actually be so down. This is attack pause. I'd be so down for G2 to change their wall. Damn, Bacon. Bacon's had enough, bro.
They're ready to play.
Yeah,
that's how Bacon makes his entrance these days. He just comes in and he just times out Jolly for like a whole day.
Just catching your breath again. You know, this is kind of Petra's debut on that duelist. We saw the first time the operator coming out onto her hands. A little bit unlucky, wasn't able to warm up into that round, but this pause should allow G2.
According to me, which plant is better? I'm the biggest fan of when we get the minimap. I'll show you.
Showstopper still on the board for Petra as well. I mean, they could have cooked up something in this round.
After a timeout, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And they're playing it close towards the A main.
It'll happen at one point.
Paranoia.
I'm the biggest fan of this plant over towards here, mostly because of this box, to be honest.
Kind of
just being able to peek out and see all of this from the top is just crazy strong. It's also really good for over towards side, because you can never really hold the people on site, but like having a plant where you can see both of here is just really good.
Contact TPs away.
Okay, so we do a little bit of a 3-1-1 default for Liquid. In terms of G2, we've kept the same wall, but we're playing aggro over towards A, and I mean real aggro with this one. We have one hero gun. Oh my.
That's clean. That is clean.
Not bad. We have an instant reaction. Yeah, instant reaction to go over towards here. Bucky. Again, Bucky's super strong at the moment still. Left click just didn't get nerfed, right? And left click was always broken, but the right click was more broken. So still one of those things that needs to get a nerf, will get a nerf eventually. It just depends on how many teams use it.
Glance does have paranoia. Things might get dicey here.
Oh my.
Bro, I thought that was... I tell you what, chat, for an eco, this one was real close. Like, what do they have? One hero gun, one Bucky.
I was getting nervous there, man. I was starting to get real nervous.
Yeah, that was close,
But Starday
dude.
is here to just calm things down. Calm things down. Hey, guys, it's just an eco. Relax.
P.Birdman as well with the 16 months. Thank you so much for the prime, dude. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
But wow, what an opportunity. What a chance. I mean, this pinch coming in from Glance here. It was everything, and that's kind of been, I think, the story for G2.
Do Global Esports have any chance in VCT?
Ain't nobody getting through on that beat, but it's definitely
a chance for what? A chance to win? I don't think so. If that's what you're asking, do they have a chance to win? I don't think so.
Team Liquid's pinches and hits here.
That's
Silver lining
that's how our assuming question meant to be.
Showstopper this time surrounded with weaponry, having a little bit more of that economy and position themselves.
Okay, this is nice though. The higher lower on defense as well.
But really, look at that
Petra,
where they're positioned to really try to pinch in towards the mid take.
Okay.
Yeah, poking and prodding.
We've had this for a while, right?
A lot of information, looking for the Cypher setups. And really just kind of trying to waste G2's time. Trade a little bit of util. And this is about the third time we're seeing Team Liquid do the same play, but it's worked. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, and again, this is one of these avenues where you do it, it creates pressure over towards these points. Man, this is nice.
Does have support, yeah. Looks like the flash missed. And now Team Liquid looking to fight back.
Okay, Roxy kinda has... Roxy is in the worst pause possible. All three avenues. Seeker's really going to help, and she's probably just going to isolate this person behind.
Yeah, we'll
right, just focus on this.
For G2.
I like this move from Bizarro though. Gets spotted over towards middle and then insta rotates towards here. Razor for the retake.
Roxy does get the first pick, attempt for the retake.
Got a nade still as well.
But at least it clears out the left side. So now G2 can really push themselves in and just focus on that left side entry. It works out
very nicely done from Roxy. Stayed alive the whole time over towards market. Kind of did huge things. It's a weird pause that she was in as well. Arrowlid as well with the 6 months. How we doing? Half a year. Thank you so much, dude. Sajuri as well with the 2 months. Thank you both for the prime. Appreciate that. Thanks for your prime on me.
So much success over towards that A side, and it seems like G2, they got all the correct eggs.
How much do you think the Bucky needs to be nerfed? I think the most part it does its intended job of one-shotting if you dry peek. I just think that a gun being like 800 one-shotting shouldn't happen. I don't know where everyone else sits with it. But I just don't think in a game where the maps are like this, I just don't like shotguns in FPS games. I guess that's where I'm at. But I guess shotguns are intended to one-shot. But when I look at these maps, shotguns are always going to be strong. Look how many close corners they are.
Very sweaty angle.
They need to be more.
Oh, Bizarre's so aware.
Higher, lower. Damn, that's the only agent that can really do that apart from maybe a Jet. But would you preemptively dip pop this dash? Maybe.
Petra to instantly fall back.
And that's the ult that we've been holding on to for a long time as well.
You're really kind of seeing why Team Liquid chose to go with that chamber instead of that Cypher. We'll see.
Fonzie, what's up, bro? Thank you for the tier 1. Thank you for the no months.
So
G2 smiley face. This is this is kind of how I think. If this is like a 7-5, this is what I'd imagine would be the normal on this map, and that's what I think will be the norm. Like next year, but I'm not too sure. We'll see how the map like evolves.
Safety boxes, Satchel's coming in, hit by a paranoia. Mimi now, unfortunately, shoots the wall, but still turns around for the pick. A second one on to Gina, but finally Bizarra comes in with 2 of her
She
own.
almost did it.
Yeah,
this pause chat. Oh my god, this pause is strong.
But still plenty of time to work with.
This little corner cubby.
As she walks in for the first kill, but Daiki's right there for
I tell you what, Liquid really have their afterplants down. They prioritize a lot of the spots that I talk about in terms of what I think are the best as well. I actually think they want every afterplant over towards A.
She would have gotten the 4th. What an attempt coming out here for G2, but what a statement have for Team Liquid. Such a strong start for the Brazilian side.
Replay sounds a bit off.
The play style too from G2. They were looking to really add that pressure against their opponents.
Ooh,
and
that was calm.
Every single time along the way.
It was
and
real
Team
calm.
Liquid were very comfortable playing the late game into the mid round.
Very, very comfortable. I love the mid-rounding, as you say, Vans. I mean, they just had so much control, right? At any point, Daiki was sniffing around towards that mid, taking care of the Cypher trips, and at any point, it did seem like Liquid could just exec on whatever site they wanted.
And now this is the first time that we've seen Sunset for these 2 teams. Let's see what the desk has to say.
Thank you very much, Mansili and Potter. I've got Ender and Baby Bay here with me again. You guys spoke a little bit about how you wanted Sunset to be played. Are you happy with Ahaf?
I am very happy with it. Like, both teams were fighting, and we saw some really cool ideas.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of good
Liquid
stuff.
just trying
both
to
sides.
run into G2 spawn like every other round. We're going to look at map 5 because it shows off perfect map fundamentals. G2, the majority of rounds, were all inning, overloading 3 players fighting for A main control.
Who are my favorite teams for this event? Again, I have like one of the lowest knowledges of game changers, but my favorites are Shopify pretty heavy, and then Liquid as well. But I've heard good things about BBL. I haven't seen anything to do with EDG. I heard they lost like one of their better players. Same with Evo Geniuses. So that's kind of what I'm going for. But again, I don't know enough. I don't know enough for my opinion to be worth anything. I can judge from what I see here, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's very unique. I haven't seen many teams actually take spawn that many times. Like, usually when you're doing these splits, especially towards the B site, you're actually taking the market.
Not the biggest fan of mid-game analysis.
The head-to-head has been great.
I get what
so
you're saying, because it's like a
but
what would you prefer instead? Just no break?
Almost
just go straight in?
Yeah, that would have been insane.
Honestly.
But you could tell, like, very clear strategic things from both the IGLs. They have the same brain almost.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see what they're
I
going to
agree.
do for the second half.
I think if
Let's
you're
send this
not
back
running
to your
ads
casters,
in your
Mansili and
break to make money,
Thank you so much to our friends on
you
the
might
desk.
as well
Indeed,
just
Ender brought up a great point. The mid
play the
control that
game.
was so good there by Daiki for their half on the attack, but this time
It's kind of nice to have a lineup for this. Just go on the box and it's just a one-way. Pretty cool. I don't think that's going to be part of the normal setup, but we'll see. Wall over towards B, over towards this. We're just going to 5-pass and wall contact over towards side. This is the wall that I was talking about. This is the EDG wall that I normally see, where it double blocks vision over towards here. Right, so it's just a every time you put this up, it's a constant question mark over towards here. Works a little bit like the guard wall on Haven that is kind of meta now.
To Daiki within the site. It's a 1-4-1 at least, but the defense is still holding strong for Team Liquid.
Such a beautiful ping pong coming out here for Team Liquid. That timing was impeccable. Still, G2, they've got to get this spike down, but there's a lot of pressure, a lot of
They're taking out, yeah, they really want to kill before the spike goes down. They flash through spawn. Okay, they managed to get it.
Open up a little bit more of that A-side spike yet to get
Oh,
planted.
what a shot, bro.
A beautiful shot indeed as Bizarra falls. And finally, G2 have a little bit more room to breathe and a potential opportunity to get this spike down.
I like this adjustment coming out for Team Liquid. If G2, depending on this timing, could be everything, but you can see that Mimi has
still no spike planned yet, by the way. They are really taking their time on this one. This person's isolated.
You mentioned it. They went right now, and it's beautiful for Team Liquid to start.
Everyone is low HP apart from Misa, really.
Thankfully, Glance and Sarah are also quite low. Flash, though, does not get any players blinded. It's a nice ping-pong, perfect trades on both ends. The 1v1 now comes into contact. Spike is still planted in favor of G2. Wall about to come. Play behind it. Sarah gets the wall
3v4 over towards site. Very, very patient. They managed to get the 1 kill over towards here, and that changed everything. Insane shot, bro. It was Glance that hit this, right?
that's another Viper diff coming through, and I like the mobility coming after Sarah as
Mwawag,
well.
what's up, bro, with the 11 months. Thank you so much. Mango Freeze as well with the 5 months. Thank you so much for the prime, dude. Appreciate you.
I mean, that all started with G2 finding the opening pick and Team Liquid being a man down throughout that whole retake. So beautiful protocols at least coming through here for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I thought the play here was really good from them. The push over towards spawn was impressive. I think when they hadn't been a plant for a while, they kind of had to expect it, but Chamber goes aggro. What are they buying into this? Dude, literally nothing. We got 2 bullets, that's it. We have Chamber set up early towards here. This is kind of nice with the TP here. We're just gambling this though, straight up gamble over towards A. In terms of the buy, everyone buys up here, so any kill is pretty big in terms of econ.
Absolutely will change the tides, but G2, you can see that they're being very thorough. They do not want one of those crazy shenanigan rounds with these quasi buys, but Team Liquid are just on classics.
Pushing
right
into
now.
stack. We got Omen Flash. We have Omen Flash when the contact comes in. Contact, Omen Flash swing. Contact, Omen Flash. Omen Flash?
As they meet it towards the A main. Petra and Roxy comes right in, but there's Bastarda. Paint shells now on the ground. Counter flash coming through. G2 trying to fight back. More damage. More
Chat,
pop
this is
damage.
damage though. Oh my goodness. 2 guns, armor rebuy. They don't have any idea that they're this fast behind as well. There's guns to pick up here. 2 bullets also.
Or is it too late here, Vance?
That's a
We'll
gun.
see what kind of timing Bizarra gets. Ah, that Viper Q orb really delaying things. But yes, you were absolutely
Usha,
right.
thank you so
The
much as
timing
well with the
was
16 months.
not on Team Liquid's side, but Bizarra's
Ayusha
gonna
even,
be able
I
to
think I
have
should be
a
saying. Thank you so much for that, dude.
here.
Appreciate the prime.
So many different angles.
Yeah,
and
it's still nice positions, and this is kind of why I like the Omen in this, right? We have 2 positions here that are elevated that feel very strong in the afterplant. Like, I love Omen in the afterplant over towards A. I think it's crazy strong. Still pretty good damage from G2.
Run the vans, run the vans.
Run the vans, run the vans. I love that.
At least in terms of pistols, we'll try and keep on top of it. 1-1 each
A
pistol.
bonus coming through, rinse and repeat. I mean,
Yeah.
both squads having that sort of dream start that you want. And we saw
Jez with the 8
extremely
months.
close
Sorry, the
bonus
9
run in
months.
the
Thank you so
first
much,
half.
dude.
We'll see if G2 can have the same kind of success, or maybe even more.
Be
success
Swiggy. Yeah,
coming
someone
from
else
their
said
bonus
this.
in this
Honestly, it might have been you before.
That bonus, I mean, it
People
looks
have talked
definitely
about
a lot
this.
stronger than what Team Liquid had when they were playing the first half. This time 3 Bulldogs, couple of Sheriffs.
Walk
and also
contact with the
halfway for
bonus.
Alt orbs. So a lot of them
Oh.
focusing
Wow.
towards this B site, and that's a beautiful
Good
entry
luck.
by Mimi. Satchel's in.
Damn.
Oh my! A second run right into Tomodaiki. And that's a sky on sky diff. B side open, a plant coming down as well for Mimi.
Chat.
Yeah, and
They're
maybe she's
calling.
still got
They're
5
calling
bullets
for a
left in the
save.
chamber.
They got no money. There is
She's
no
still got
damage
multiple
done.
bullets
This
for the
is
3 remaining members
the
in Team
best
Liquid.
bonus
They
you could
got-
pretty
they
much
want none of it.
possibly hope
They
for.
want none of
Everyone
it.
gets
They've
free
gotta save
files
their-
and no one has to
whatever they have
rebuy.
left.
Sorry,
And
maybe
I
this is a
love
rebuy.
this
I didn't
call
see if that
coming
anyone
after
actually
G2.
took damage. I
We
think
said
maybe
it
she
in the
just didn't
beginning
have
of the
anything
rounds,
into
the
this in terms of the
stark
bonus, but
differences between a chamber
no one has to
and a
really
Cypher.
rebuy anything.
G2's B
It's not even
defense
too
was
much util
unstoppable.
use. It's kind of
Coming through here
crazy.
for Team Liquid, the chamber
This is
alone
the
on that
definite,
B
you
is
know, the
very
Lev
different. You don't have the
saves
chest,
that
you
I
don't have
call.
the camera,
This
and
is
you're
kind of a
really
Lev
lacking
save where they
info.
need to do a little bit of
One good
damage,
thing for
but
Chamber is you can
this is
really
already
take
this is just out of
very,
control.
Forward fights, forward angles,
Yes.
things
This
like
is
that.
actually
but
out
if
of
you're just
control.
gonna get one tapped,
Mango Freeze,
there's
thank
no
you for the 5
defense
gifted.
that
Thank you, thank you. Let's see if any of these hunts lead to anything. We might be 1 jewel here. That's about it. Thank you so much for the gifted Mango. 152 altogether, Mango. That's crazy. Thank you for your support, mate. Appreciate the 5 gifted. Thank you. We can maybe read some names. Tricky Valor, Two-Headed Tartar, Ados, Heyu, and Cyber_SL. If you got gifted, please say thank you to Mango.
Look at those shots again.
Thank you so much for doing that, bro. Chat, let's get some slug approves in for the gifted from Mango Freeze.
here we are.
Thank you, mate. Atroix as well, good to see you here. Thank you so much for the gifted. Calvin as well, welcome in. Thank you for that. Atroix. Mr. Monster with the gifted as well. What's going on, you lot? Titania as well, 22, welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Monster. Damn, this Omen Flash was nice though. Look at this crunch. Crunch from middle, crunch over towards A. Big Jewel.
So aggressive. G2 so aware though.
I liked it. They could have got more from this.
For sure, but good effort at least from Team Liquid, and Petra's not going to give up. She is chasing this kill down.
Give me the alt point. Give me the
G2
alt
on
point.
top of this one.
One away now after that pick onto Bizarra.
Still, like, next to no damage done. We get into a big buy round. Dude, Petra, in my mind, should kind of just be running to go get this. Like, We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I like this. 3 people hiding over towards here. Let Petra just duel this one out. Because no matter what, even if this is a death, money's good, and we get the ult into the big buy rounds where if we win it, they have to go down to another eco. Yeah, there we go. The kill works out even better. Huge. G2 are snowballing. Musician, thank you so much for the gifted as well. 35 altogether, 5 right now. Thank you so much, Mew. Appreciate you. Horizon, the coach, Gilded Gems. Wait, Van Silly got one as well? That's amazing. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. Again, if you got gifted, make sure you say thank you to Musician. Appreciate it. And Raw_B with the whole year, bro. Thank you so much, Raw B.
For sure, and we already saw in
Dieback as well with the Prime. Thank you so much for the 3 months. You lot are crazy today. Oh my goodness. I forgot what it's like with the VCT games. Okay, like we said, we got everyone here with low money. It would be 2-9 on top of this, so some of these would be able to buy low armor, but not this one. We get the op out for the first time. We have Petra with the op, and I imagine this is attack timeout because this is a big round. Yeah.
Sometimes plays those angle. I mean, a couple of rounds ago.
In Samsara as well. 23 gifted altogether. 1 right now. Thank you so much, dude. We have Rapun0717. Welcome in. Thank you so much for that in Samsara. I appreciate you. And Metalha 4025. I think that's how I say it with the tier 1. Welcome into Slug Club. Cameraman, you're on screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Monkey Unscore Enjoy with the 6 months. Thank you for the Prime as well. June, December with the Prime as well. 2 months. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate all of the primes. And Talha, thank you as well, mate. Welcome into the Slug Club.
I mean, I would be discussing some sort of opening round.
5 on defense is way too many. Maybe. The thing is with the chamber, you can kind of hold down A a lot of the time, but this is the first time we get the op out. They probably most likely, like honestly, if you're playing against a chamber, most likely the normal strat is they're just gonna like use an omen flash down towards A, and they're just gonna set up the chamber. That's what I would expect. Omen flash here, chamber over towards B. That's interesting. So not what I would be expecting. We dog out. We have this trip over towards here, and we're trying to set up the chamber to just hold one over towards B. While this is going on, they just try and force over towards here. Bro, 3 people. And like I said, another choke point that is worth 2.
All the angles that Bastarte has and keeping Cypher outside of B main. Team Liquid are feeling pretty comfortable about this round still.
It's a big kill.
Bizarre's pushing up towards that B main. Sarah couldn't be there to trade up against Roxy. And unfortunately, they're able to lead for G2. They're able to get a couple of them down.
Damn, dude. How does Mimi get both? Mimi just took 2 separate aim jaws and just won both.
TL couldn't hold back.
I don't think I like the Liquid defense. It feels like when you have 3 choke points that is worth like 2 avenues on all of these, putting your chamber set up to one of the places that only is like a 1-for-1 doesn't feel like as valuable as it could anywhere else in my mind. They put priority on a position which I don't think needs too much priority. I think they're kind of trying to play it like split, where you hold on to B main if they take over towards market. But not sure it's as good. I do think that Mimi just straight up just won this though. Like Mimi won so many important duels.
Team Liquid, they were looking pretty good in that position, but that sky dart that we saw in the very beginning of the
really
round
wants this op, right? Is that why she's sticking around?
Team Liquid weren't able to take care of that trip at all.
Not going to be getting this op. Money's in the bin. We get 2-9 on top of this. We got like what, 3 3s, around 3 3s, 3 4s.
Things just fell apart, but G2, that aggression, I don't think a single
Duck,
player
thank you so
on
much for the
G2
14
let go of
months
the
as well.
W
Thank you for the
that
Prime, bro.
entire round
Good
once
to see you,
that
mate.
execution
Appreciate you.
came through. I mean, they were just everywhere in spawn, elbow, market.
Satchling on top of market and getting a heal at the same time. Not
What's the actual scores at the moment? 21 to 10. When IGLing as well.
Beautiful read so far from G2 and looks much more practice on a map that they've never played before here. In an official match. This is the first
I like to see this as well from Liquid though. Every round at the moment we're seeing someone swing over towards here because they're expecting this camera early. So all of these normal Cypher cams that you kind of expect in terms of this one and this one are getting shut down relatively fast. So there's at least that. They do force... I say they force into this. This is just an eco. It's a relatively good eco. Damn. We try and crunch over towards middle. It's not the best map for it. The Omen Flash looks right, but... The problem with trying to crunch over towards this middle is it just feels like these choke points are a little bit too deep, right? It takes you a while. It's not like you can instantly pounce from just any of these areas. You kind of have to run through this fast, and then you can, like... then you can actually get some kills off of your util. The choke points are just like too long, it feels like.
Walking right down, Iza with the first contact. The power numbers for G2. Bizarro's out the last
Try to take a timing.
Coming out, trying to get a pick through to Cyber
not too bad though.
Well done by
okay,
11 rounds
Liquid big buy rounds. G2 looking so
G2,
dominant on their attack.
Crunch,
no ults though, other than Omen.
I love how decisive it was and how fast things started moving, but G2's positioning on the map was just perfect. I mean, sure, a lot of them caught that paranoia coming out from Jojina, so they were blind as hell, but because of where they were constantly able to ping pong off each other, react off each other, and it was just a crossfire that was created in the middle of the map. So good.
Will I ever go pro? Oh, bro. Well, those days are long behind me. What did it say I am on Twitch now? 54 or something? That's not a thing anymore.
On the ultimate side.
Okay, this is nice. They take down the trip, but again, they're heavy prioritizing this area, and I'm not sure that's
shutting down
right.
that area so they could focus more defense on this top mid.
Okay, that's probably the first time they got a fast kill in a while, and they have a big ult over towards A. And look at the minimap right now; it's looking very, very strong. Just heavier priority in these three positions at the moment, and it's looking way better.
See the Viper right now, Issa, she's all alone.
Whoa, Seekers with an Omen Flash. We push over towards middle. They're kind of crazy at wanting to retake over towards middle. Door goes down as well, but they definitely feel like they flushed them out of middle here, trying to force them over towards these sides heavy.
Looks like G2's pivoting back here towards this B main.
Yeah, and it does seem like Team Liquid.
Asun as well, thank you so much, bro. Thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate the prime.
Just take a shot, TP back away. But not a lot of good utility for the retake besides that showstopper.
Top 3 tournaments? Definitely Shop. I don't know enough. Shop, Liquid, and then... I mean, honestly, if G2 are looking this good, maybe G2. I'm hearing good things about SMG as well. And BBL. And everyone.
The camera comes up, and finally Jojina. They delayed enough time here to allow Team Liquid to retake towards the side and hold it through. There's only 13 seconds left on the clock. Mimi's trying to fight back, but the spike is down towards the B main. Misses the shot against Iza as Roxy
this is a great round,
and also Iza gets
but we used a lot of ults into it.
And Team Liquid finally answered back on the second half.
And what an answer that was! I gotta say,
a lot of teams seem good. Should be a good event. Yeah, it does feel like that. When I talk about this event to people, there's a lot of teams that people think are gonna win the event, and that's pretty cool. In Samsara, thank you again for another gifted. Drevlo, welcome into the Slug Club, and Kyle and Cheta as well with the 8 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone. Samsara, mate. Appreciate you doing the gifted as well. Okay, like we said, to try and repeat this is hard, but this is what this right here, in theory, once you get the chamber set up, this is what the chamber comp's good for. Deep one-way smoke, you get to hold one person with a choke point that is worth 2. This is much better from Liquid. Maybe they were a little bit too scared this was too obvious in their fast big buy round. Dog goes over towards B, spots one.
There's a counter dot to get information on the end of Team Liquid.
Like this is nice here, right? This is great, and then you can have rotate over towards here to help this or this. This in my mind is like what you want to achieve on defense. One person, especially with the chamber setup. Mr. Monster, thank you so much. Have we got time to talk about this? Yeah, we do. 5 gifted. Thank you so much, bro. Really do appreciate that. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted. Numa, Deluxe, Urisin, The Pig, and Fata. Welcome into the Slug Club. Low graphics, so he will be able to see underneath that, I'm pretty sure. Nope, okay. Flash was amazing, by the way. We hear so many footsteps. The flash hit 4. We 35 seconds on this. They realize they've been shut down over towards A. That is crazy. That's such a big opening now. Look at the minimap. It's literally all down to the sky. I guess the smoke went at middle. That's how we get that kill. 22 seconds on this. It's a great Omen ult into the B main. Bro, what is Petra on this round? It's insane. Feels like... Let's wait.
Oh no, as she was looking to pick up a weapon, gets instantly denied by Glance. And Bizarra has to play a 2v1 with the
Chat, Petra just solo wins around. Like, honestly. Like, this fast pick is everything. Just on the default, they set her up over towards middle. They wanted to force back the chamber over towards A. And they didn't really do that, but she just wins a straight-up duel. The comms came in once they heard so many footsteps. They just win a round. They lose the next one. 1-9. Money isn't the best. They have chamber ult. 4 chances for G2. Oh boy.
Placing herself in towards that B main to really refortify the defenses towards that B side.
Zelinia with the 4 months. Thank you so much as well with the Prime. Appreciate it. And Play Paired as well with the 4 months. Thank you, you two. Appreciate it both with the Prime. Thank you so much for doing that.
As a defender, if you're not able to find the info to be able to pre-rotate earlier on, you're always kind of playing catch-up in the rounds.
Now the final timeout for Team Liquid, much needed this time around.
Just feels man, feels like the individuals in terms of impact right now have been crazy for G2. I can think of like 3 rounds where an individual has just gone a little bit wild in important rounds money-wise.
Where hey, let's push the attack towards the chamber. There are 2 players there, but the utility for G2 just continues to be way too good on the support.
Yeah, Team Liquid, we'll see what they do. I think they've got to reinforce this Cypher defense. You know, I mean, rather the chamber.
Let's just hope we don't have the IGL thing where we forget to buy. Nope, there we go. We get the buy into it. Like we said, 4 chances. Their money got a little bit wrecked because they won 1. They lost the next one, so 1,900 bonus. The only round they won was from, what, 3 ults that they popped? It's not looking great. Bulldog, double Guardian.
Looks like to be a support from a chamber with an Omen, at least towards his B main. Being pulled out
Smoke in, flash here. They do flash over towards B though, and they didn't hit anyone. Dog goes over towards middle, then a flash and a dog over towards middle to create pressure. The Omen falls back. 5 HP, get some info at least.
That will force G2 to hold that W. Smoke towards the back. The execution's coming in for G2 within this A side. But the Paranoia misses Petro, but at least catches the opponent left. And Bizarra plays behind the boxes to get a second.
Chamber's 5 HP, killing everyone.
Low on HP, but still has support. Finally falls from Roxy.
Okay, nice hold from them in the end. Passive over towards A. This was good. Dude, the Chamber getting 2 kills there on 5 HP was kind of everything.
You know, this is one of those rounds where you can clearly see a fade would come in real clutch there, right? Because as soon as Bizarra TP'd away, she was backside the whole time, but Petra was looking everywhere for her.
They felt like they assumed it was clear, even though that's like the most common spot you would TP to after the chamber takes the shot.
But beautiful hold.
It was a really nice hold, yeah, I agree.
Right when they need to.
3 more chances for G2. What is this? Oh, middle? Okay.
So potentially
damn, does this not overlap a little bit? Like, this is kind of a nice, to get into this and flash out, it's kind of nice. I feel like this could be a bit deeper. Yeah, and they flash out through it. Yeah, dude, they punish the smoke. It's not a good smoke.
Back, but there's Bastarda. Early 4 versus 2, make that even. 4 versus 1. Thankfully, Sarah has a spike delivered at her feet.
Liquid have done this a lot as well, by the way. Wanting to like punish over towards middle. Dude, if this is there with smoke that they've been throwing all the time, then honestly, I kind of understand it because I would want to punish this. That is a part. It's kind of like in a smoke. It's kind of like a smoke you would throw on the defense to kind of leak over and mean that you can just get maximum distance to burst.
Enough money in the bank, so I think she will feel pretty comfortable going for a play like this. But man, so many angles. Issa.
Is Sky good on this map? I mean, Sky's good when you use double controller no matter what. Sky's always going to be good, basically.
Bring this into overtime as Team Liquid are not afraid to fight back despite having the backs against the wall.
G2 still have a timeout if they want to, because the 4 chances they had now in half over towards 2, so maybe this is a good time for a timeout.
I love the confidence if you're Team Liquid. I mean,
yeah, and I think that's what this wall is for as well, over towards middle.
This mid-hit, they fell flat. They fell completely flat and couldn't find a single pick. So to bust it out in round 23 on map points as Team Liquid,
low buy for G2. So in theory, only 1 buy v buy.
Removes the confidence for G2. This
That
round
is so
over.
much info.
Their money
I
not
think
much
they
to work
didn't
with.
see the
best
Cypher.
weapons
That's the only person
of
they didn't
Vandal
see.
and the
We
Guardian
set up
in the
chamber
hands
over
of
towards
Petra
middle
and
once
BB
they've got them a
respectively,
little
as
bit
they look
scared
for
of
that
it.
pressure
We
early
hold
towards
two
BB,
passing
but
over
early
towards
pivot
here as
towards
well.
A, but look at the players
Oh
there.
man, I'm a bit worried for these
This
two.
is everything for Team Liquid's defenses. You know, we
What a
talked
shot.
Basana's there, Satchel's away.
Hazel.
It was dicey for a bit, but they're still
Holy.
chasing her
Honestly,
down.
she did great to get another. I think she probably should have left it because it's now just an even 3-on-3. We ult as well to see where everyone is.
Information there on where Bizarra's at.
She did great to get two though, to be honest. Once the Omo went down, it was a rough boss.
Viper ult's gonna come out to play.
Viper ult, Sky, flank. We have double Molly for a retake. That's about it. They got no vision
Rather
block.
Team Liquid.
At least Team Liquid,
Bro,
they
this is
have
a
the flash
very,
working
very hard
behind you, so
retake.
that can
This
find
should be
a
the
little bit of
game.
information in a flood retake, but you've mentioned here, also difficult. It's an operator trying to retake with.
Yeah, they have to buy time. They've got to buy time, and they've got to be able to kind of constrict and make some sort of pinch happen. You can see they're trying just that.
Camera just spotted two players as Roxy had that up. Roxy hiding inside that pit.
Time's getting
Man up
crazy
with
low.
Lance working to get on this extremity. Beautiful flash though for 2 insta kills. Roxy looking to clutch it. Not gonna happen.
Time, right? They got it.
With the head
Damn.
hunter and putting it a 1 round away of pushing the first map of
Damn.
the series of the VCT Game Changers to overtime.
Let's see if we get a replay on it.
That
What was
never
it? The flash, you
supposed to
reckon?
happen,
Felt
man.
pretty
That
strong?
was never supposed to happen, and you know, it was at the tip of my tongue. I was gonna say the only thing going against G2 was the fact that all 3 players were playing inside the Viper's pit in the post play. They're just 2 grouped together.
yeah.
That's exactly.
It was just
what
more
ends
the
up
time. The
losing
more,
them this round.
honestly, the
Insane
timing going
stuff
through at the
for
same time
Team
was
Liquid.
actually
You saw
everything
they
that
were all
changed this.
choked up in CT spawn. There was no way they were
Oof,
gonna
those
win
are
the round, and they
close
all
rounds.
stuck together there. So 2 players pivot and go
Okay,
towards that high
now
wall
we get
and
the
create
timeout.
that
One
pinch,
last
and
chance.
that's exactly what gets them the W on the board.
And you mentioned buying time for G2, not only with the camera, the 3 players inside the pit and a snake bite, but because of the timing that came out from Team Liquid to push back in, that broke all of it after all. So that calls out a timeout, this time for G2 on their attack. 1 round separating these 2 teams. As if they're gonna push us to a break if G2 wins this, or if Team Liquid, with the crowd behind them, could actually bring this into the extra innings.
G2 coach is Carcass. Has a lot of, I mean, he played professionally for like the first year of this. Did the same in CS for a little bit. And, I mean, he has a lot of experience.
Rounds here in the last few. See what kind of opening G2 starts with here. Mimi, the last time around.
Is this best of 3? Yeah, it's best of 3, but it's double LM, so loser goes to lower bracket, bro. Sun Armless, good to see you, bro. Thank you for the 11 months. Appreciate it.
We'll see what G2 busts out for the last
Give them
round
hope and then
of this
take it away, maybe. Right,
Yeah,
one last chance, like we said. They called a timeout for this. They got 2 ults to do that. They're up against the Raze ult as well. Anything else to kind of close? Not really. There's a few 2 away. We'll call if it gets close. Dog goes in, sees both.
Very early dog. And a
Dog
lot
goes
of
back. So
information
maybe they
from both squads.
maybe they feel like they haven't
Kinda
created
just
enough pressure over
exchanging
towards here
one
yet.
for one here.
Wait, the flash doesn't hit.
Not something that we've really seen for G2.
One
this
away
half.
from Sky
Yeah, I
ult now.
think they're really worried about any sort of a trap setup.
Wait,
at
they're
the
gonna
start
group
of-
everyone
as you
hit from
mentioned,
over
that
towards B.
Showstopper
All right,
has.
there's a lot of pressure on the
It's a little bit of
chamber here.
misdirection, but this is it. They're all grouping, and this B
Wait,
hit is on
the
way.
vision block
With
isn't
the
great for the AWP.
Seekers towards the air, couldn't hit the shot. Now also hit by the Seekers.
I don't think they should
Roxy
put
gets
this
the
wall
first
on.
blood. Headhunter out from Bizarra, now holding inside the smoke, trying to hold it back. There's that Showstopper being hurt.
Wow.
Beautiful push out. Bizarra gets another kill in to help Team Liquid retake the site. A 3 versus 3 spike not yet planted. Showstopper lands onto Petra as Mimi
Big
brings
Joe.
it right back onto Bizarra. 2 versus 2 now.
Damn, that nade is huge. Okay, 1v2 Mimi. And I think Skin doubles. Ooh, they decide not to double swing. 30 seconds.
Has to pull up the game sense and win this 2 versus 1.
30 seconds
Bestarda
Gets a
and
flash
Joshina
now.
working together as Mimi is still clearing out towards the site. 24 seconds left on the clock, but the spike is out of her reach. She's just looking for that push forward to try to catch her opponents off guard. But they can play the time for Team Liquid. They're
But now
so
she knows that
comfortable
she can
here.
plant back
Now you
a
have
site
to
a little
make
bit
noise. They
safe.
hear her within the site.
She will be able to play around. She's just gonna full stick it. Oh, and she catches the paranoia.
The
That
tap.
Damn, honestly, Liquid are doing great in these retakes. Maybe the Raze ult was a bit of a
That's
diff
it.
here.
I
There's a few
cannot
important jewels that
believe
went down.
Team Liquid are actually able
Yeah, I can't believe they're able to win this as well. 4v5, they're actually like get pushed off of the site itself. Wall came up just before Chamber could take a shot. 2 retakes that honestly I'm not sure they should have pulled off. Chat, all 4 chances gone.
So good defense is coming through here for Team Liquid to just delay that spike from
What?
going down. You can see the paint shells just taking out Glance there in the corner. But man,
There's someone in the crowd found the mic or something.
what a hold.
What a hold. And what
For OT
game
as
plays
well.
exactly for Team Liquid. They're definitely coming back in this series with a chip on their shoulders. When you're looking back at the Game Changers finals.
Chief Omi, what's up, bro, with the 5 months? Thank you so much. Thank you with the prime. Appreciate it.
With that chip on the shoulders,
The Razor, yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
12 to 8, 12 to 7, something like that, and they still fought it back. Bringing this into overtime, you could definitely tell that the confidence.
You thought that was me?
into TL's camp.
Absolutely confident,
Sucks.
feeling
Okay,
good
so like we
going
said,
into this,
dude,
OT
4
here.
chances,
But
man,
G2
that's a
as
lot.
well. I mean,
Especially
that
considering
call in
like
that last
this
round
was
was
the
a beautiful
run up
one.
to it.
Don't know if it was from Carcass or from Mimi, but either way, G2 should be feeling pretty good going back onto their defenses. Roxy has been a rock as an anchor towards this B site, and Petra has been warming up into this map towards this A
24 to
site.
13,
So
26 to
G2,
4, 19.
you should at least feel okay going
Yeah.
into this OT.
All right, no ops go into
Thankfully,
this
yes,
one.
silver lining is that you
But
are
we do
starting
want to
things
set
off
up
with
over
a
towards
defensive
A. We had a
avenue
bit
and
of a
some pretty
protocol
decent
here
results.
in terms of
And as
if
that
the
3
flash
player
hits,
pushes
then we
forward
omen
for
flash. The
G2,
flash didn't
for
hit,
Team
so we
Liquid,
don't need to use the
the
omen
default
flash. We
still
get 2
back
people
towards
set
the
up over
spawn, and
towards
here
A.
back utility, looking to pivot back and potentially go for an answer back into that A aggression.
And you can see Daikie's just kind of spamming the walls, looking everywhere for those Cypher trips.
Skydog, flash off this. Oh, I'm a little... Wait, you...
Daiki.
honestly, the trade was pretty good here, and they find out there's one more. They at least
Could actually throw a
create
couple of
question
smokes
marks
down
over
to
towards
delay a
here.
little bit more, allowing the
Damn,
rotate to
dog
happen.
goes in as well.
Daiki out with the Trailblazer,
I wonder if they're
trying to
just
find
talking about the
information,
fact that
instantly
on the
finds
first
Mimi
half they
within
won
the
like
site.
4 out of 4
Up towards A,
afterplants
so
over
we know
towards
that two
A, so I
players
wonder
are
if just the
actually
whole
playing
plan
towards
was,
this
man,
site.
we know our A is
TL's
super
just
strong.
gonna hold it for a bit.
Daiki's now
More
1
control, Daiki's
away
away
from
And the
Sky
push
as
out,
well
you
after
can see
picking up the
Daiki
orb and getting the
immediately
kill.
pivoting and going back towards that B. She wants to collect that last orb, pop her seekers, and give her team
That camera's
best
pretty
chance
strong because
going
you see
into this
feet pretty
round.
early.
And I like the
As maybe we get to
separation.
see.
3 members from Team Liquid, they want to hit it from market as those seekers come out B main.
Oh, the smoke off the split through spawn.
There's one player walking through that smoke. There's the Seekers coming out. Is it too little to get information?
Damn,
Yes, it is.
dude, Roxy
Because
cleaned
Roxy's
up with the
at
molly that
staircase.
was
There's
over
that
towards here,
behind.
double
And
damage.
Daiki's now
Dude, she didn't
solo.
hit any
They know
headshots, she just
exactly where she's
spammed
at.
them.
She's through those Seekers, and there's 16 seconds left on the clock. And there's another super high low. Not good enough.
Tell you what, silent MVP here was Sarah. This molly here, they were a little bit worried about the time they decided to force through it. Yeah, that molly was huge, dude. Roxy just had to clean up 2 people that were vulnerable. We might get to see it in the replay.
I mean, it's as simple as the power
Yeah,
of
look,
Cypher.
body shots
The
coming
power
in.
of Cypher coming through so strong for G2, but the play itself, the strategy for Team Liquid was beautiful.
All right, another chance for G2.
Game face is on there. For Petra
Still no
as
op,
she's hyping
which
up
is
her
kind of
teammates. Again, Team Liquid,
impressive, as soon as we have
another
a
opportunity to
chamber.
bring this into a second overtime as they've shown
Shaycry, what's up,
towards
dude?
the
With the
later
6
half
months.
here
Thank you for the half a
of
year, bro. Thank you for the
second
tier
half
1.
that
Appreciate
they've
you.
Had a pretty good defense.
Thanks for doing that.
They want to try to apply that once again.
Do I prefer double smokes or double initiatives? I pretty much
G2
always prefer
side,
double smokes,
very
even though it
different
is boring.
than that of Team Liquid's. Again,
Like,
Mimi very
it's just
with her
proven
players.
great.
We saw oftentimes Petra was getting
It's just the way that the
inserted
maps
towards
are,
that
man.
mid,
Too many small choke
Sarah
points.
just controlling
Double
this A
smokes are
side.
always going to be dominant, especially when you have a smoker that like
But this side, no
decays
one's
you
getting
damage-wise.
inserted. G2, they're just
Just
waiting
yeah,
and
it's a
biding
bit like
their
it's a
time.
bit like our talk that we had with the
It's that
shotguns, right?
same B
It's
hit
just
here,
like
Vans.
on
They
paper
all
they're really
5 are
strong, but you
grouping up.
combine it with these
Difficult
maps
part
that
now
are
for
just
Team
all these
Liquid, though, is
small choke
most of the
points. It
resources
just
are towards that A side. The
just makes
dogs
it a
try to
little
clear
bit
up to get
stronger.
that information. At least now we have that pivot, but is that a timing that's a little too late as G2's now moving in?
Beautiful. Paranoia keeps the chamber completely
That's it,
out of the
surely.
round, out of the
3v5.
fight,
Surely they don't
and
have
that's as
another
clean
miracle
as
retake
ever.
in them.
This is what G2
We
have
get the
wanted.
plant down
This
as well.
whole
Maybe
attacking half is
what's
just
their
the
after plant
pressure
positions?
and
2
just
over towards
bully
main.
this chamber alone.
I'm a
And
bit
this
worried
time,
that there's multiple
this
people over
should
towards
be
main,
an
especially when I have a
easy post
smoker
plan
up,
for
but
G2.
Should it be?
3v5
It
should
Come
be
on now,
fine.
Vans.
Daiki, first one at the point. Right within the smoke. One flash available, and she's going to use it right away. Looking towards the back of the site to allow Bastard
Damn,
to move
I
through
mean,
with
that really
spinning
is it.
with the off angle to drop both
Wait,
players.
tell you what
And
though,
with the
chat,
Seekers, of
very
course,
nice
you know
map to
where
watch.
that's
This was
going.
fun.
Right into the market, going head to head against Daiki. Second flash to peek out, nobody's peeking through, and there's a late peek out from Glance. But that's still a good information now for G2 as they close the gap.
Okay,
They just
very
wait
nicely
for their
done from
angles,
G2.
and we
This was
close
fun,
up
man.
the first
Really,
map
really cool.
with G2
Knop, thank you as well, bro.
winning
Thank you for the 15
14-12
months.
in the overtime of